Good morning children and welcome to Friday's maths lesson. So for our starter today you need your whiteboard and your whiteboard pen. So if you haven't got those already, pause this video and go and get them so we're ready to carry on. Okay, good job. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at all of these numbers and we're going to think about finding one more. So when we find one more, we're finding the number that is bigger. Okay, so we played this game quite a lot at school, so hopefully you will do a really good job at home too. So first of all, I'm going to start by splatting the number 5. And what I would like you to do is to write down on your whiteboards now, what is one more than 5? So have a think about it. We've got 5. One more than 5 is number 6. So great job if you've got that right. Now I'm going to think about a bigger number. Okay, so off we go again. Going to think of a number between 11 and 20 this time. So I'm going to splat the number and then I'd like you to write the number that is one more. Okay, here we go. Oh, what number's that? It's number 17. So what is one more than 17? Write that on your whiteboards now. Okay, super. I'm going to go a little bit further down the number square now to a bigger number. Get those brains working. And I'm going to splat the number 63. So 63 is our number. We're thinking about what is one more. Write that on your whiteboards. One more than 63 is 64. And that's brilliant. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to splat the number. You can think of that number. 95. What is one more than 95? Write that on your whiteboards. And the answer would be 96. Okay, so that's a really good starter to get us in gear for our maths workbooks today. So if you've got your 100 square in your home learning pack, why don't you get that out now, pause the video and carry on playing that game with somebody at home. You could also challenge yourself to find one less. Okay, and take lots of photographs and make sure you email those in so I can see how you've got on. And that's a really good starter. Okay, now we're going to move over to our workbooks for today's activity. So if you haven't got them, go and find them now and then off we go. Okay, so today is Friday, so we are looking at page 5 in our workbooks. So if you have got the workbook that is reception level, that's what I'm going to go through first. And what we're focusing on today is ordering numbers. Okay, so we need to think about what number comes next. And the first question is asking us to join up these numbers in order from smallest to the largest. So we're finding the smallest number first and matching it to the largest number. Okay, the first one has been done for you. So it's counting. We've gone 1, 2. Think about what comes next and you're going to draw a line to the next number because 3 is bigger than 2. So 1, 2, 3. What do we think comes next? I think it's number 4. And you will draw a lovely pattern joining your numbers from smallest to largest. So that's your first activity. And then as we go further down the page, we're going to have a think about looking for numbers that are in words, okay? So that's a little bit tricky today, but we can use a little bit of our phonics too. So we need to look for these words, which are also numbers. So if we do this one together here, I'm going to look for number 2. So we need to look in this word search for the and I found one there, and then I'm going to check if the letters are the same, which they are, and I'm going to circle it. So it's like a word search, and then you could cross it off so you know you've done that one. And there are plenty more for you to find at home. Okay, and in our last box, what you need to do is you need to write the numbers from 1 to 5 in this box, remembering to start with the smallest number, and it's already been done for you there. And because you'll have done a really good job on question 1, that will help you on question 2. So good luck with that. And then moving on to the year 1 workbook. So if you've got this book at home, you also need to find page 5. And what we're going to do is we're looking at number and place value again today. So we've done lots of practice throughout the week to build up to Friday's work. So we'll look at number 1 together, and the question says, how many fish and chips are there in the picture below? So it's lots of counting today and also practicing our number formation. So I'm going to count the fish, and I'm going to remember what Miss Richards told us earlier in the week, that when we count, we need to make sure we touch count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's brilliant, good counting. And we need to write our number 5 in this box here. Thinking carefully about our number formation. Don't forget, number 5 wears the hat, okay? And if you find that a little bit difficult, you can use your whiteboard to practice your number formation, and that would be really, really good practice at home, okay? And then we've got a few more questions here. We've got to think about more and fewer from our question 1, and then we need to count the spots on the ladybird, thinking about which ladybird has the least spots, so that's the smallest number. And on question 4, we've got to tick the 2 sets that have an equal number of cubes. So we've got to count them and find which ones have got the same amount. So lots of good touch counting in this activity today. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the Year 2 book. So if you've got this one, you need to follow this part of the video. And because it's Friday, we're on page 5. And today we're going to be thinking about counting and ordering numbers. And on this page, we're working with numbers up to 100. So you might need your 100 square, which will help you. So if we have a little look together at what it's asking us to do, on question 1, we need to estimate the numbers marked on this number line. So it's a little bit tricky because you need to really pay attention to where the number line starts on number 30 and where the number line ends on number 70. And in the middle, we've got number 50. And you've got to write down in these boxes here what you think the number will be. So if we look at it carefully, we know that in the middle of 30 and 50 will be 40. And I think it's about here somewhere. So I know that this number has got to be somewhere between 40 and 50. And I'm not going to write it in for you because I want you to have a little go at home. Think about what number that could be. And also on this side of the number line, have a think about what this number can be. It's going to be bigger than 50 and it's going to be smaller than 70. It's somewhere in the middle. So have a go at that at home. And the rest of this page is thinking about ordering numbers with the smallest first on question 2. So looking at our 10s and our 1s. And on question 3, it's asking you to order these numbers starting with the largest. So that's the biggest number. So again, use your 100 square and that will help you. On number 4, we are looking at these symbols. Now we have looked at these in school. So we've got the equal sign, we have got the less than sign, and we've got the more than sign. And what you've got to do is you've got to look at these questions and you've got to look at the numbers and you've got to put the correct symbol in the boxes, okay? And on question B and on question D, you've got to find the answer to the sum first. I'm just going to give you an example of this one. So before you do the symbol, you've got to find the answer to the sum. So we've got 6 add 11. So you can use your number square, you can use your fingers to find the answer. And I know that the answer to that question is 17. So now I've got to see what symbol goes in this box for 17 and 17. And those numbers are the same. So that symbol needs to be equals because they are the same. Okay? So off you go, having a real good try in your workbooks today. Make sure to take lots of photographs and to email them to our email address so the teachers can give lots of feedback. Well done for a super week of maths, and we look forward to doing another week next week.